Yo, what is going on, fun? Thanks so much for tuning in today. My name is Tesline. In this video, we are continuing with the conservation restaurant. We've been working on this build for quite some time, and in this one, we're going to be more focusing on the smaller details. Also, the inside of the restaurant itself. Like, it's already quite a lot done, but of course, there's still so much decorations to go, and this one going to be like continuing with that. We will still have a couple of these similar episodes going in the future. Because I do want to try to add as much as possible in terms of gameplay, and you are able to see like the amount of work that is being gone into this project altogether as a whole. And I think we're pretty much like halfway there. The things that we still need to do mainly, that is, so with the bigger look, that is the section where the restaurant is situated. That's partially what we're going to do in this video, the decoration, that is. Because the style of this restaurant, that it's pretty much like two ways you can sort of look at this. One way is that guests are able to enter the restaurant, realistically speaking, and then like take a seat somewhere, and that will pretty much gameplay wise or mechanic wise, that is the only way that the guests are able to use this restaurant. And the second way is just more like imaginative, if that's like the word for it, so that it like could happen in real life pretty much. And it is more of a McDonald's takeaway kind of area, or like a way of doing things. As in, the guests are able to enter a different side of the restaurant and then quickly like take out pretty much. Like just choose what they want, grab it, and then walk out of the restaurant and just like eat it somewhere else in the zoo. Unfortunately, it's not something that it's possible to do in Planet Zoo. But I still wanted to add it like to the restaurant itself, and also because it was a quite cool idea from a viewer from Twitch whenever we were building this live. Leave a link in the description down below, which will redirect you to the Twitch channel where we make all these things live. So if you're interested, feel free to check out the future live streams. But the idea to have like a side entrance for this type of style of guests being able to select and take their food is something that turned out quite nicely and actually helps with the restaurant builds altogether. But that will be like partially decorated in this video. A section that we will use for it, or at least an object that we're going to be using for it, is this one. It will not be placed in that area though. It will still be on the opposite side, so in the skylight area. We'll be having a couple tables where guests are able to sit at and have their meals which they ordered in the restaurant itself. And also, like for the rest of the building, we're going to be using this one more time. It will be a different variation. The different variation is the section that we're going to be using this for. That's like the takeaway area. So like this furniture piece will be dissected a little bit and made slightly different. And that's going to be like using for a wall in between the restaurant and where the guests are waiting for their takeaway meal. Once again, it will just be like imaginative, so that area is like not being used properly by the guest. But it is like a nice touch that'll be shown in just a moment in this video. Like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, is that this build will be like still have some couple videos in it, and more over with the decorations on the outside. So we have like a lot of planters going about, and it's because conservation, it's very important to have like nature and everything around it too, and also to educate guests. With the education, we're going to be making a couple of signs, and once again, more imaginatively, once again, it is going to be like educating guests to pay a bit more attention to like the environment and nature, so that we have to preserve that and not go by it like as if it's like not important, because it is super important. And with those signs all over, it kind of looks that we try to like educate guests like more and more and more, even though those actual signs will just be for decoration only and not necessarily for actually getting the education level up for the guests themselves, because that will still be done with items that do actually add to the education level. And those are like the normal signs, like the information boards. Those are going to be placing in different areas as well, but there will more be whenever we're going to be placing this build inside the normal zoo, because we do still like create this area and also the entrance, of course, which we're going to be focusing on in the future. Still in like the zoo, where we do not have any guests, we do not have any animals, rather than like actually just the animals that we are using for testing, that is, because we're going to be creating an enclosure soon, which will be for the black-tailed prairie dog. It will be an enclosure close by the entrance itself, where guests are able to interact with them too. But that's like for a future video. For now though, it's still like in the future. But it is something that we're going to be focusing on later on, so that will be quite cool as well. For now though, I will leave you with the remaining of the speed build. Hopefully you will enjoy as always. Once again, a couple of videos will still be in the works with some general decorations here and there. I try to like add as much to it as possible, but still have like a decent amount of videos going, so that we don't like add too much, because that's of course also something that is possible. So I will prevent that from happening. But yeah, we'll still have a couple videos with the decoration phase going. So do keep an eye out on those videos in the future. And yeah, hopefully I will see you all in those videos as well with checking them out. We much appreciate it if you would. Also, links in the description for the Twitch channel where we make all these things live. So if you're interested in seeing all the live footage, then feel free to check on out those future live streams. And yeah, otherwise maybe in a future video over here on YouTube. So once again, thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you later. Stay safe. Have a good one. Bye-bye.